Since you have the complete experience of working both for RBI and a commercial bank, how do you see the effectiveness of monetary RBI's monetary policy transmission?
I think it is the most often debated
Yes,
issue.
yes,
Uh, See, number one, there are two things. If you look at the monetary policy action of the Reserve Bank of India, and you will be clearly finding that the transmission is quite effective and almost near total as far as the market is concerned.
yes,
But when it comes to the lending side of it, is a very different thing.
yes,
So that is quite clear. But the effectiveness of this cut and transmission would really be tested when it gets translated into the bank's balance sheet and the bank's lending, because Indian system is still a bank-led system. Unlike many Western economy, where the system is market-led, where the financing is also catered by the market, and their transmission quickly happens, and you can call it effective. In India, if the transmission is happening in the market, it is only benefiting some of the debt player and the fixed income traders.
yes,
Money is moving within the system, banking system only, is not reaching to the lender. That is the problem. Having said that, there are rigidity, certain rigidity in the system. There used to be, of course, one major barrier about the various government saving schemes, which still
yes,
offers a certain and which kinds of creates a floor. Of course, saving rate is deregulated now. Otherwise, it also used to be a barrier. So those rigidity in the systems have come down gradually. But issue is little larger and complex. As I said, is a bank-led system,
yes,
and bank's liability is mostly comprising of the depositors' money.
yes,
Unlike the large banks in modern economy, where the resources are again coming from the market, our resources are coming mainly from the depositors.
depositors,
And
yes,
again, these deposits are of fixed tenure and fixed rate of interest. So there is always that one rigidity is there, that immediate transmission becomes difficult. Second issue is around the asset quality problem which banks have been facing in the recent past. So there is a huge stock NPA which has been going around some time. It means a substantial part of your asset is not earning interest,
yes,
whereas you have to pay interest on your entire liability with the deposit. So there is a pressure on margin. See, I am not telling that these are all right reasons. If there is a rate cut, but the ground reality, as a
ground,
practicing banker,
yes,
ultimately a bank has to protect the margin. If transmission, if I say for just for the instance, if transmission happens completely and it translates into bank is hardly having any spread or any margin, then what will happen? The bank will run into the losses. And since the banking system is still primarily public sector, it means they would need the capital. It means again the majority owner has to provide the capital. So one way or other, ultimately the burden goes on the public sector. So we have those problems. On top of that, in our system, again, you have a priority sector lending obligation. You used to have a substantial SLR obligation. You have the CRR obligation. You have many schemes where the interest rates are still kind of structured. So with all this, a small chunk is left where the banks can make up for what they are unable to earn elsewhere. And that is where, if that small portion is also completely exposed to this kind of transmission, it ultimately becomes a problem of the margin. So these are the complex issues. I'm not justifying any of this, but what I am trying to say, this is a reality of life in the business, and these are the rigidity. You must have seen as some of these rigidities are removed, like as I said, the what you call it, the administered interest rates have been reduced, or
yes,
the SLR requirement has been gradually brought down. To that extent, transmission efficiency has been improving. So the key point would be both. As number one, as banks come out of their problems of this asset quality and all that, their asset start earning to the full extent. Some of these rigidity in the systems are improved. Transmission will actually improve accordingly.
Yes, indeed.
Unfortunately, there is a section of banks which are not facing all this problem to the large extent. And if you look at the margin or spread which they are earning, it is unusually high, 4% plus, which you will nowhere find in the banking system anywhere. But they also don't completely, pass on the transmission because, marketplace, if this opportunity is available, why you are there to sacrifice? So
Yes.
there's another dimension.
Making most of it, yes, sir. Because indeed, sir, RBI has tried a lot of things. Currently, MCLR is also not very effective, so they are trying to modify that before that base rate.
It's a long journey. You say BPLR to base rate
Yes.
to MCLR to market link. All these things are good, but the very fact that every couple of years you are required to tweak with this policy rate itself is suggesting that problem solely is not in the construct of the rate. Problem lies elsewhere, and this is what I was, detailing that there are rigidity in the system.
So it means that by and large, government has to recapitalize because the problem of NPA resurface again and again in the future if we do not remove these rigidities.
Yes, because bank should be able to earn the profit, and then there would be a greater ability for the transmission and for everything else.